The eye roll wasn't new. It just had an audience this time. Dinner started like most evenings with her friends, fast conversation. Private jokes I wasn't part of, subtle glances exchanged across the table. I'd grown used to being slightly out of rhythm with them. I told myself it didn't matter. I wasn't dating her friends. Still, there were signs. The way she corrected me when I told a story. The way she squeezed my arm a little too tightly when I spoke too long. The way she laughed at comments about men who don't level up. When I reached for the bread basket and accidentally brushed her glass, she sighed loudly. "God," she said, rolling her eyes, "you're so embarrassing sometimes." A few of them laughed. I smiled reflexively, the way you do when you hope something will pass. But she didn't let it pass. She leaned back in her chair and looked at the table like she was performing. "Honestly, you're embarrassing to be seen with." The laughter sharpened. Someone muttered, "Oh wow." I felt the heat crawl up my neck, but strangely, my chest was calm. Not numb, just steady. She stood up. "This is over," she announced, tossing her napkin onto her plate. "Pay for dinner, loser." And then she did something I hadn't expected, even from her. She reached for a guy sitting at the end of the table. One I'd assumed was just part of the group, and laced her fingers through his. The room reacted like it was a scene in a show they'd been waiting for. They left together. The waiter approached cautiously a few minutes later. "Will that be separate or?" "I've got it," I said. $280. I paid it without comment. Finished my drink. Walked out alone. The air outside felt cleaner than the restaurant. On the drive home, I didn't replay the laughter as much as I replayed the pattern. The small apologies I'd accepted, the way I adjusted my clothes before events because she once said I looked hard. The jokes about my job not being ambitious enough. The times she'd introduced me without mentioning what I actually did, as if specifics might lower her brand. I had mistaken tolerance for patience. When I woke up the next morning, my phone was vibrating against the nightstand. 22 missed calls, 3 from her. The rest from mutual friends, and a text, "We need to talk." It's not what it looks like. I didn't respond immediately. I made coffee first, sat at the kitchen table, let the quiet stretch. Then the messages started coming in from other people. "Hey, are you okay? Man, that video was rough. What she did was messed up." Video. I opened one of the messages. It was a link to a clip posted overnight. Someone at the table had recorded the moment, her speech, the napkin toss, the hand holding exit. The comments weren't kind. Not toward me. Toward her. She thought that was cute. Public humiliation is not a personality. He paid the bill and didn't react. That's class. The clip had already been shared beyond their friend circle. Enough to shift the tone from private mockery to public scrutiny. Her next text came through while I was watching. "Please call me. It's blowing up." There it was. Not regret. Damage control. I replied once. "What can talk this afternoon?" We met at a cafe near her apartment. Neutral ground. She looked different without the audience. Less composed. More hurried. "I didn't mean it like that," she started quickly. "It was just everyone was joking. I didn't think it would go that far." I listened. "It was a bit," she said. "You know how they are. It wasn't serious." I thought about that. "You're embarrassing to be seen with." "This is over. Pay for dinner, loser." Holding someone else's hand. "Not serious." "You humiliated me," I said evenly. Her eyes flickered. "It was just for fun." "For who?" Silence. She leaned forward. "I overdid it. I'll post something. I'll clear it up. We can laugh about it." That word again. Laugh. I realized something then. The worst part hadn't been the laughter at the table. It had been how easily she converted me into material, a prop for approval. "I don't need you to fix the video," I said. She blinked. "What?" "I'm not interested in repairing your image." Her expression shifted from defensive to incredulous. "So that's it? You're just done?" I thought about the man I was at the restaurant, sitting there, steady finishing his drink. "Yes," I said. "That's it." She searched my face, maybe looking for anger, for a raised voice, something she could react to. There wasn't any. "You're being dramatic," she said finally, "maybe. Or maybe I was just done negotiating my own dignity." I stood up. "Take care." As I walked away, my phone buzzed again, another message from a friend asking if I needed anything. I didn't. That was the surprising part. Humiliation had a way of clarifying things. It stripped the illusion quickly. There's something about being laughed at in public that forces you to decide what you'll tolerate in private. I didn't block her. I didn't post anything. I didn't comment on the video. I just stopped answering. By evening, the missed calls slowed. The noise faded. What remained wasn't revenge or victory. It was space. Quiet, uncomplicated space where I didn't have to brace for the next eye roll. For the first time in a while, I wasn't trying to earn someone's approval. I was just sitting in my own kitchen, drinking coffee, feeling steady. And that felt unfamiliar, but it also felt like mine.